everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. My name's Dave. Last year, I reviewed several models from the Star Wars Armada game, and I was so impressed that I figured I should check out its sister game, Star Wars X-Wing. So today, we're going to take a look at my Star Wars X-Wing miniatures game collection. So let's get started. Now, before I get to ground level, I just want to say, all these beautiful vessels, for the most part, are to scale, which is one of the major selling points for myself. Now, the scale they sell it at is 1:70, and there's only one vessel, according to my information and looking through the X-Wing blogs and all that, that is not to scale, and that is the Rebel Transport, which kind of sucks because I really like that ship. However, everything else is to scale, and I love that about this collection. For example, the docking hatches on the side of the Ghost match up pretty well to the Falcon. So you can see how the Falcon is very small compared to the Ghost. And then taking a look back, we have the Gazanti, the Imperial little patrol craft. That actually holds TIE fighters on the bottom. And you could take them off, and you could basically put any TIE fighter over here on the bottom of this, and it would carry it, which is sick. So now, let's get up close and personal with these vessels. Alright, starting this video off looking at the X-Wing itself. Just look at all that amazing detail and paint. Just brilliant. Little astromech droid in there. Fantastic. Now moving on to the rest of the collection. Most of these ships you should know by now from watching my channel. But as I'm going through here, keep in mind two cons right off the bat. They are very pricey. They run anywhere from $11 to $15 a pop for a small ship. But like always, shop smart. Also, they are very fragile. As you can tell just by looking at the weapons laser rods right there. They can snap. These are not toys for small children at all. These are for hardcore ship collectors or players of the game. But besides that, they do have a lot of good qualities. Like what? Well, the detail, obviously, just by looking at them, you could tell they are awesome. The paint is magnificent, nice and clean. They have a nice wash on them. There's the Hawk 290. TIE Defender, love that bad boy. And also the stands are very nice. They're uniform, they all match, no matter how big the ship is. And I like that about a collection. Anything that unifies it is A-okay with me. TIE bombers. And then here's a bunch of doubles of TIEs. Here we have the Mist Hunter. Nice looking ship. The quad jumper. Normal TIE. Now these ships do use cards, tokens, and dials just like Armada ships, and I'll show what I do with all that in a little bit. This is the Rebel Transport. Not to scale, sadly, but the detail is magnificent. Here we have the Outrider, one of my favorite ships of all time, and I'm glad it's in this collection. And next to it, my favorite ship of all time, the Lambda-class Imperial Shuttle, and yes, my wings fold all the way down. So I'm happy about that. Some great details and paint. Can't wait to review that. The guns are a little warped, but what are you going to do? And now we have the Ghost from Rebels. This is probably one of the most beautiful ships I have in my whole collection. Just amazing. In the back we have a little Phantom dock there. Nice, right? And next to it we have the Millennium Falcon. Beautiful ship. Nicely done. And the quad turret there actually has 4 tiny little turrets sticking out. Like the pipes for the barrels of the guns. Awesome. And then next to that, we have our Gazanti. And I'll show you the underside of that in a couple seconds. Now moving over back to these little ships. They are very small. The average size of a little ship like one of these is roughly, let's go with the X-Wing. The X-Wing is about 1 3/4 inches long. It is very small. But that's not a bad thing because it does come packed with that detail and paint. Okay, to check underneath a ship, you can see they are fully painted and detailed all the way around. which is magnificent, really. You would think you would have screw holes or something. There is nothing. Just one little tiny peg port. Let's check another one. Let's look at the Falcon. Okay, the underneath of the Falcon, we can see the turret right there is turned the opposite way. Pretty sharp, actually. The Falcon's actually very nicely done. The details came out pretty damn good. And the dish can rotate up and down. So that's a nice touch. And before we conclude, let me show you the underneath of the Gazanti ship. First, a nice little pass on here. Pretty sharp, right? We got our turrets, top and bottom. And if we turn that upside down, get a nice shot of the ships here. The TIE fighters can dock into these ports, just like in the show. And it comes with 2 blue TIE fighters, which are awesome. But you could put any TIE fighter into these. Interceptors, or the white ones, or the First Order. Looks sharp. Great ship here, if you could pick this up. This is around $50. I got it for about, I think it was $42 with free shipping off Amazon. I got lucky one day. And that's what you got to do. Shop smart. So anywho, that's everything about these ships. They are nice. They are fully detailed. But they are fragile, so you got to keep that in mind. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, just like my Armada reviews, I like to be organized with X-Wing as well. So inside the X-Wing boxes, this is where I like to keep all the stuff. The dice, the range for the weapons. And each ship, I have their card, their tokens, their dials, all that nice stuff, cards. Everything's in here, so that way it's easier for me to review them. And once I'm done reviewing all of them, all this stuff could go into books and little cases to keep everything organized. So that's just me. Also, the rules are in here, and all the starter stuff. Asteroids, obstacles, missions, all that crazy stuff. So, you know, if you're organized and you know where everything is, you're good to go. And that does it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed my collection of Star Wars X-Wing miniatures. If you did, smash that like button. And if you would like to see new reviews of items just like these every Thursday, click subscribe. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.